Work function and free energy. Now, Gibbs, what is free energy? That also I had some discussion, I think. So free energy means that energy which is actually we can convert into something useful, interconvertible. So that form of energy, and this formula is G equal to H minus Ts, where Ts is the mechanical form of energy, which always may not be that much efficient energy. But apart from that, H minus Ts, that part is normally convertible into electrical energy, which is most efficient. And Nernst equation based on that principle. There is a Nernst equation for cell, the electromotive force. So it is directly related, del G equal to minus NFE. So that means that del G is actually what then? It is converted to electrical energy because it is directly convertible. Del G equal to minus NFE. What does it mean? Del G amount of energy which is coming from this formula, it is getting converted to some electricity. Other form of energy, it is told that other form of energy, but practically found electrical energy. Electrical energy, because del G equal to minus NFE. Direct relationship is there. Now, for reversible change, del is equal to 0 and del S equal greater than 0 for irreversible change. Okay. So what is the meaning of that? For any type of irreversible change, we are losing certain amount of energy. For irreversible change, whenever we are going back to the original, so you have to spend energy, you have to utilize energy. So obviously it will increase the entropy of the system or surrounding. So overall system plus surrounding is always positive. Now, some mathematical formula we need to derive. There are two things, G equal to H minus Ts and A U minus Ts. These two are called, this is called work function and this is called Gibbs free energy. Work function gives free energy. Now, this is first law, dq equal to du plus dw, and for reversible process, dq equal to tds, this is coming from second law, this is coming from first law. So, if I compare the two, this is the formula. TDS equal to du plus dw. So, TDS minus du equal to dw. Now, we take A equal to U minus Ts, that is my original Helmholtz free energy. This work function is also called the Helmholtz free energy, and another one is Gibbs free energy, and this is called Helmholtz free energy. So, this Helmholtz free energy, if I take, then from the last formula d, this equal to dw, so you can take dA equal to dw reversible. Actually, more important is this Gibbs free energy for us. G equal to H minus Ts, and I can just look at here, and after that I will do in the board. I think it will be better. Okay, so let me do it. G equal to H minus Ts. I think that relationship, feasibility relation, I discussed. Feasibility relation, isn't it? Del G equal to 0 for reversible and del G less than 0 for spontaneous. So if I combine the two, del G less than equal to 0 is for feasibility condition. So that portion is already done. And now I take dG equal to dH minus TDS minus SDT. So D equal to DE plus PDV plus VDP minus TDS minus SDT. Why? Because DH equal to DE plus PDV. DH equal to DE plus E plus PDV. H equal to E plus PDV. That one I am taking. H equal to E plus PDV. So DH equal to DE plus PDV plus VDP. That I have applied. Now DE plus PDV, according to first law, is DQ. And TDS is also DQ. That's why it is VDP minus A. This is the final issue. Now, this is called cross derivative rule. del G del P T, del G del P T equal to V, and another one del G del T P minus S. These two are called cross derivative rules coming from Euler's theorem. Mathematical relationship, it is called Euler's theorem. Euler's theorem জানো না? EULER apostrophe S, EULER apostrophe S, Euler's theorem, है ना? Cross derivative rule बोलते हैं. So हाँ जी भाई I can make you understand very easily. अच्छा, this is the equation, no? If you take t constant, then this is 0. Then this dp if I take it will be v, and if the p constant, then this is 0. So obviously it will minus s. এইটা না না ওর নিচে ভিডিপিটা এইটা হচ্ছে এটা ফার্স্ট ল equal to dq according to first law d plus pdv is dq, according to second law tds is dq. This two are cancel out. বুঝতে পারলে? According to first law d plus pdv is dq, according to second law tds is dq. So these two are getting cancelled out, so you get vdv minus s dt. After that, cross derivative rule, t constant and v constant, you are getting two parameters. Next I am doing here. Del S মানে হচ্ছে S2 minus S1 and S2 del G del D This is called Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. चलो ठीक है ओके हाँ हाँ ओके ओके दैट वाज माय लास्ट लाइन साइड ओके सो लेट्स गो अहेड
Gibbs energy change.
What is the purpose of this deadline? No, there was no time actually last day. I could not discuss. So you are getting a straight line plot, right? But what is the purpose? Why do we do it? To find out delta H. No, delta H is very important because we can find out del G and del G del Tp. Del G means your free energy because del G is minus NFE. We can measure the EMF. So if you can measure the EMF, you can get the del G by calculation. Del G equal to minus NFE, we can find out. And the other thing, del G del Tp also can be found because it is also related to EMF. So both the way, from EMF itself, we can find out the that EMF as well as the change in EMF with temperature. Both it can be found. So that way, directly or indirectly, we can find it. What we cannot easily find, that is del H. Why? Why cannot find? Heat is generated, that is found. Very fine. But how can you measure that? With thermometer, it is not at all efficient. Thermometer is never so efficient. Little bit of heat always will be dissipated, so your measurement will never be accurate. But electricity, very little pulse, volt also can be measured. So much accuracy is there, okay? Because electronic circuit we have, from the electronic circuit, very little bit of electricity flow can be measured very precisely, but that cannot be done for heat. So, with this help of this equation, we can make a plot by measuring the values and all. Delta H is our intercept from the plot. So, delta H can be found for any chemical reaction. That is the purpose. Question is, क्यों करेंगे ना? This is the answer. That we can find out, these are things are all, other things are measurable, and from the intercept of the plot, the straight line plot, we can find out the del H value. Where del H is very important, because whether reaction will occur or not, that depends on del H. Exothermic or endothermic, how much exothermic. Why important? Because you see, you are actually manufacturing in the process industry, making something. So in that case, exothermicity and endothermicity obviously matters, because you have to supply energy, how much energy you need to supply, whether you need to supply or not. That type of idea, how do you get? Okay, so that's why del H is very important. And how do you get the del H? By the measurement of del G. And del G directly cannot be measured, but EMF can be measured. And EMF and del G, there is relation there. Okay, got the idea from this equation? This gives Selmolji equation. This is the importance. This already I have shown you on the board. This thing, del G del T P equal to minus S and del G del P T equal to V. So this I have utilized to show you the Gibbs Selmolji equation. Now we can utilize this one to get another very important relationship, that is called your free energy per mole is called chemical potential. No, so free energy per mole is called chemical potential. Free energy per mole is called chemical potential. So with this relationship, we can find out the chemical potential relationship. And what is the importance of chemical potential? I can give you some practical idea. You take a handful of some resin and put into water overnight. What do you see in the morning? কিসমিস যদি জলে ফেলা হয় সকালে আমরা কি দেখি? ফুলে ওঠে, তাই তো? কেন হয়? অসমোসিস। তো অসমোসিস কেন হয়? না, আরো ভেতরে ঢোকো, আরো ভেতরে ঢোকো। কনসেন্ট্রেশন ভ্যারিয়েশনের জন্য হয়। কনসেন্ট্রেশন ভ্যারিয়েশন হলে কেন হয়? শিখতে চাইছি জিনিসটা। কেন ইকুয়ালাইজ করতে হবে? কেন আসতে হবে? এইবারে চলে আসছে তোমার, না আমি অ্যাকচুয়ালি জায়গায় পৌঁছেছি এবারে চলে আসছে কেমিক্যাল পোটেনশিয়াল। টু মেক দ্য কেমিক্যাল পোটেনশিয়াল ইকুয়াল কেন করতে হবে, ইকুইলিব্রিয়াম কেন হতে হয় সেটা বলছি। ফর এ কেমিক্যাল রিয়াকশন অলসো reversible equilibrium, right? Why it will need to reach the equilibrium? That is because of free energy. Free energy must be equal. Free energy is the ultimate. It is the absolute. Other things are all superficial. যেগুলো আগে বলছি সব superficial. Actually free energy, সব কিছু, everything, all system try to equalize the free energy of the system and surrounding. এটা হচ্ছে অ্যাপ্লিকেশন অফ থার্মোডাইনামিক্স, প্র্যাকটিক্যাল অ্যাপ্লিকেশন অফ থার্মোডাইনামিক্স। কেমিক্যাল রিয়াকশন হবে কি হবে না, কেন হবে? Thermodynamics says that this reaction is feasible, this reaction is not infeasible. Okay, so feasibility of a reaction or not, whether physical this process will occur or not, all these things are based on thermodynamic principle. Okay, so here this chemical potential is free energy per mole. So this derivation from this particular relationship del G del P T equal to V, we can find out that relationship is called mu equal to mu 0 plus RT ln P. Mu equal to mu 0 plus RT ln P. What is mu? Mu is free energy per mole. Mu 0, it is free energy per mole at the standard state. Mu equal to mu 0 plus RT ln P. That is the relationship. And that relation can be found from here.
So why it is free?
Free. Free to use. Not free, cost free, but free to use.
So internal energy is also free energy, no?
Internal energy is not at all useful.
System is used.
No, you cannot use much.
System wants.
We are very much selfish. We just want to know whether we can use it or don't want can use it. Whether we can use it or not. who else is using, I'm not interested. Because I'm interested about whether you can use this energy or not. If it is useful, then fine. Otherwise, discard. वो हमारा काम का नहीं है. Got it? That's it. গন্ধ আসছে, হ্যাঁ? আচ্ছা, তার দরকার নেই এগুলো। গিভ সেলমোজ ইকুয়েশন করিয়ে দিয়েছি, এই আমি স্কিপ করে যাচ্ছি, করিয়ে দিয়েছি।